Hello lovelies, welcome to my channel. My name is Laura and today we're going to be talking about Stevie Nicks' favorite beauty products. And before we jump in and talk about her beauty products, let's talk a little bit about Stevie Nicks. So Stevie Nicks is a singer and songwriter best recognized for her work with Fleetwood Mac as well as her solo career. And in 1975, Stevie Nicks joined Fleetwood Mac and became an overnight superstar. She also had her own solo records. Nicks restored her health and vigor after years of battling with addiction, during which she continued to tour and release new records. In her early years, Stephanie Lynn Nicks was an American singer and composer who was born on May 26, 1948 at Good Samaritan Hospital in Phoenix, Arizona. Aaron Nicks, Nicks' paternal grandfather and aspiring country star, was part of the close-knit Nicks family. Grandfather Nicks constructed a guitar for young Stevie and taught her well-known country music standards. Nicks was gigging with him in nearby gin mills by the time she was 5 years old. Christopher, her brother, was born around this period. The Nicks family moved around a lot from Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Utah, and California as Nicks' fathers ascended through the corporate ranks. Stevie Nicks attended Arcadia High School after the family moved to LA suburbs in 1963, and she met her best friend Robin and joined Changing Times, a band modeled after the Mamas and the Papas, while she was there. Nicks' time with the band was brief. Her family immediately relocated to Palo Alto, California, where she attended high school. Stevie met guitarist and fellow songwriter Lindsey Buckingham, a classmate. They had a solid musical partnership and maintained a tight bond. Nicks briefly attended San Jose State College after high school, but she dropped out in 1968. Nicks chose to stay in California rather than relocate with her family, this time to Chicago. She joined the local band Fritz, who had a limited fan base, together with Buckingham. Before disbanding in 1971, the band opened for bigger bands including Janis Joplin and Jimi Hendrix. Nicks and Buckingham were already passionately in love at this point. The two continued to work together and were soon signed to Polydor Records. Buckingham Nicks, their first album, was released in 1972 and went mostly unnoticed. Nicks alternated between working as a maid, a dental assistant, and a waitress to make ends meet. Concurrently, Fleetwood Mac's Mick Fleetwood, John McVie, and Christine McVie suffered with band disputes and lineup changes. In 1974, the band began looking for a new studio and scheduled a visit to Sound City Studio in San Fernando Valley, where Stevie and Buckingham had produced their album. Producer Keith Olson demonstrated the studio's sound capabilities by playing the Buckingham Nicks track Frozen Love as Fleetwood Mac toured the facility. Buckingham's guitar sensibility drew the band in. Bob Welch, Fleetwood Mac's then guitarist, left the band a few weeks later. When Fleetwood needed a guitarist, he remembered Buckingham's song and set up a meeting with him. Buckingham was requested to join the band, but he refused to work with them, unless Stevie was included. Fleetwood consented, and Nicks and Buckingham joined Fleetwood Mac in 1975. The newly formed band rapidly created an album which debuted at #1 and went on to sell 3 million copies. Stevie Nicks' songs were huge hits, which made her an instant sensation, and Stevie Nicks' flowing clothes and spinning on-stage routines were showcased in subsequent tours. The band began recording their sophomore album in 1976, but their personal lives were in complete turmoil. Nicks' voice had been strained by the demands of traveling, so she sought medical care. The band was also going through a lot of emotional turmoil, and all of their romantic relationships were falling apart. The McVies chose to divorce, Fleetwood and his wife split up, and Nicks and Buckingham were going through a rough patch. However, the band continued to record together, and their next album, Rumors, in 1977, was a smash hit. It topped the Billboard 200 list for 31 weeks, was certified platinum in the United States and the United Kingdom, and earned the group a Grammy Award for Album of the Year in 1978. The band's first #1 single was Nick's song Dreams, which was inspired by the group's failing relationships. Nick had a brief affair with Mick Fleetwood and began an on and off again relationship with Eagles drummer Don Henley at the time. Stevie Nicks, who was forever adored in chiffon, lace, and swaths of velvet, is best described as part rock star, part romantic gypsy. Her legendary music career was built on a foundation of exceptional talent and love of rock and roll and the rock and roll lifestyle, which she reflected in spirit and style. Her hallmark style was shaggy blonde hair, doe eyes, and a pillowy pout, and her casual 70s appearance has been replicated by women ever since. She single-handedly invented boho as we know it today. So I don't know if you have noticed, but I recently started using Final Cut Pro to edit all my videos. I've been wanting to do this for years, and I was a little nervous to bite the bullet and actually get Final Cut Pro because it's definitely an investment. I was nervous because I felt overwhelmed by the software, but luckily because I have Skillshare, they have a really easy course on there on how to use Final Cut Pro, and I've been going through all the lessons once a week, and it's really helped me learn how to edit my videos, and now I feel super confident with Final Cut Pro. And you can use Skillshare for other things like illustration, drawing, there's fashion courses on there, there's marketing, there's so many different things you can take, whether or not you want it for work or business or even a hobby. The first 1,000 people to use the link below in the description box will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare, and I highly recommend you trying it out, especially if you get a full free month. So you name it, it's all on Skillshare, so make sure you click the link in my description box to get a 1-month free trial, and the first 1,000 people to click the link will get a 1-month free trial. So let me know which classes you end up taking. So now we're going to talk about her beauty and her lifestyle a little bit. Stevie's popularity went hand in hand with her partying lifestyle, which resulted in a few health issues. Despite her striking looks, which set her apart, she was not and continues to be a divisive figure. Playing to the beat of her wild drum is clearly a recipe for a devoted following. Stevie's style has influenced a generation of ladies who wore torn chiffon and hefty platform boots. She reportedly owned 25 pairs. Her outfit was inspired by Janis Joplin concerts she attended when she was only 18 years old. Stevie noticed a girl in the audience wearing a mauvey pink chiffon skirt, high cream suede boots with ribbons through her hair, as she put it. Stevie said that the first time she saw her, she knew it was her. From there, she developed her distinctive style into the style icon we know and love. Stevie famously told Elle magazine in the United Kingdom she claimed that she didn't spend much time in the sun after the age of 30 because of her party all night and sleep all day lifestyle, which she said helped with her skin later in life. While avoiding the sun is beneficial to the skin, and getting a little sleep and partying obviously are not, Stevie uses a lot of high-end products including Crème De La Mer, which is her favorite face cream that she currently uses. She also recommended never sleeping in makeup and giving herself a daily facial massage, ideal for when you're applying skincare. She also admitted to trying Botox in 2003, just 10 days before Fleetwood Mac filmed a live performance in the United States. She stated, to put it mildly, that the consequences on her face were less than desired. Claims it dragged her face down and destroyed her lovely eyes, and she vows she will never do it again. Stevie, a beauty connoisseur, chose products she admired and colors she adored. Her doe eyes were framed with lashings of mascara and a palette of warm browns and golds. Her thick, dirty golden cascades were as famous as her quirky style, and her wild mane was a combination of genetics and potentially slept in volume. And she also admits to doing light exercise while listening to music that she likes. Now let's talk about some of her favorite perfumes. So when I think of Stevie Nicks, I always imagined her wearing a very sensual and witchy fragrance. And Fracas is rumored to be one of her favorite perfumes. And I found this old photo from the 70s of her vanity, and there's a Nina Ricci perfume on her vanity. And this kind of surprised me because I just pictured her wearing more of a darker fragrance, and I feel like Fracas does suit her well. But I have a feeling it's L'Air du Temps, which is a classic warm, spicy scent created in 1948, shortly after World War II, so it definitely is a vintage fragrance. And Fracas is a floral fragrance, and this one was first introduced in 1948, so it's the same time period. And this one has tuberose, jasmine, gardenia, narcissus, lily of the valley, carnation, white iris, violet root, coriander, rose, and rose geranium, and these are the top notes, and the middle notes are tuberose, jasmine, gardenia, narcissus, lily of the valley, carnation, white iris, violet root, coriander, and rose geranium. Another perfume that she likes is Black Gardenia, and this is a floral green scent for women and men, so this is a unisex one. And this one has gardenia, ylang ylang, jasmine, and the middle notes are musk. And I found some other vintage photos in her dressing table. I'm not sure of the exact timeline for this one, but a few items on the dressing table caught my mind. And I see a jar of Erno Laszlo as well as an Erno Laszlo soap, so she probably had the same cleansing bar as Marilyn Monroe and Audrey Hepburn. And I'm pretty sure the Erno Laszlo bottle is the Shake It Normalizer treatment. And the container can be the Ernol face powder, which you can no longer buy today, but I know Marilyn Monroe used that. Or it also could be the active Follicle cream, but it goes to show that she definitely used Ernol, so maybe she was using that previously and then switched to La Mer. And there's also a Mason Pearson hairbrush next to the container, and I also use a Mason Pearson hairbrush. And the second dressing table photo, the product in question is a body oil from Neutrogena, which is one of their most popular items, and you can still buy it today. It came out in 1979, so this is another vintage product, and clearly she liked to use that one. And again, there's some Ernol bottles in the photo. I think it's the Normalizer Shake It. And I found a more recent article, and it's an interview with Stevie Nicks, and they're asking her what she carried in her handbag. And she says, it's a lovely leather purse that I purchased approximately 10 years ago. And everyone always wonders why she never got a new bag. And she says her response is that I enjoy this bag. I'm not interested in designer bags, and I don't have the energy to replace bags frequently. And she also uses Surfer Salve, which she says works wonders on her lips and skin and helps like repair really dry skin. She also uses on her cuticles. She says she also uses lysine balm to help repair and damage caused by extremely drying lipsticks. She says I have nearly 10 packs of React flavored 5 gum in my bag. She says when I take a break from performing, I chew it. And she also has vintage Polaroids. And she also says nothing beats ancient Polaroids, but I'm always prepared with my Canon and digital camera. It's been scratched and scratched and scratched and scratched and scratched while learning to become a photographer. She says she snapped thousands upon thousands of absolutely insignificant selfies, but I'm thinking of giving in and getting an iPhone. So it's crazy to think she doesn't even have an iPhone. And she says, I don't need an iPhone, I just need a better camera. And I do agree, I like the camera on my iPhone, I use it for everything. And she says she loves Posh's top coat polish. She says it's the nicest thing in the world. She says your manicure will last 3 weeks if you use it as a base and a topping. She says she's without a wallet and she just has a small phone book that appears to be from a 6-year-old. My assistant puts around $250 in a case that gets lost in the shuffle because I don't drive and I don't have a driver's license. Instead, I have a passport. So I'm not even sure what to put in my wallet. She says, until I was 30 years old, I did my own makeup. She says it's just more convenient than even having a makeup artist. I have more pressing concerns than applying cosmetics, but when I do, she says she sticks to browns, golds, mauve palettes, as well as mauvey pink lipsticks. She says she doesn't really care about the brand as long as she can find something like Chanel, Clinique, Lancome, and Revlon. She also mentioned that she has a great new hand cream and lip gloss from Paris called Votre Boost. She says the lotion smells great and there's even a little lip gloss on top. It's like a one-man show. It's amazing, but it's difficult to come by. And she says she's the type of person that wears the same clothing today as she did when she was in Fleetwood Mac. She says I'll be wearing a black riding jacket, a black chiffon skirt, and suede boots. So thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know which Stevie Nicks song is your favorite or Fleetwood Mac. And let me know if you have any requests in the comments below. Alright, I'll see you guys again soon. Bye!